Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Raid Shadow Legends video, I'm going to take a look at the best sources of silver in the game. Once again, there is a fusion going on. Fusion typically has 3 gear enhancement events, and once you get past the minor leagues, gear enhancement event is going to cost you around 20 million each time, so you're going to need a lot of silver. Where do you get that? First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link that you can use to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You can find it down below in the description. Gives you Deacon, Tagoar, Uugo, gives you Mausoleum Mage. Just a wonderful, wonderful link. And for all existing players, there is currently a new promo code, RaidXPlay, only for Plarium Play, so you need to redeem this either in the PC client or on their website. You can find the link to the website also down below in the description. That also works, gives you energy, gives you 5-star chicken, gives you some water battles, so valid from September 26th until October 3rd. But sources of silver. So there's plenty of sources of silver in the game. You can get it as battle rewards from campaign battles. You can get it as one-time rewards also from campaign, especially from Nightmare where you can get millions. You can get it from dungeons. Spider is especially good. You can buy silver from Clan Shop. You can buy silver from Bazaar, the Tag Team Arena shop. You can buy it from the regular shop with gems. And you can also get silver from the Forge, because in the Forge even the lowest random roll that you can get when you're forging an item always turns a net profit, so you can just forge items and sell them and you're going to gain silver. But which of these sources are good? Let's examine them all in a bit more detail. And the best silver farm in the game is Spider. Spider, silver per energy. Spider 10, you can get 3,100 silver for each energy that you spend on Spider 10. On Spider 15, that's 3,147, so Spider 11 through 14 is worse than Spider 10 in that regard. Spider 16 is 3,643 already, so pretty big jump there. And Spider 20 is a whopping 4,337 silver per energy that you spend. All stages before Spider 10 are actually going to be worse than Brutal 12 campaign, so Spider 10 is where the silver farm really begins in Spider. And Spider, because you're getting rings, amulets and banners, and they sell for more than other slots, means that Spider gives up to plus 60% more silver than the other dungeons. And there is a years-old bug, I guess we could call it a feature at this point, in the loot table of Spider 10, which makes it particularly profitable for a low level. It's still not as good as Spider 15, 16 or 20, but for its level, it's really good. As for the other dungeons, each set has a different value, each slot has a different sales value, so calculations are pretty complex. But I did run some numbers on Dragon. Dragon 16 gives you around 2,280 silver per energy. And remember that Spider 10 was 3,100, so you can see pretty big difference there. Dragon 20 gives you around 2,710 silver per energy. So even the best Dragon stage, which is Dragon 20 normal, loses to Spider 10. For purposes of gaining silver. Then there's the event dungeon, which is a little bit different. It doesn't drop mystery shards, it doesn't drop XP brews, so it drops a little bit more artifacts, a little bit more silver. It has the same average value as Dragon, starting from 16, because then those are not in the loot table in Dragon either. And it gives you a little bit more from 1 to 15, but it's still lower than Spider, so you still want to do Spider. And also, campaign is a notable and viable source of silver. The highest silver per energy in the campaign is in Brutal, Brimstone Path, and especially Brutal. Brutal gives you more silver per energy than Nightmare, so this is just strictly better than Nightmare, no matter how quickly you could do Nightmare. Brutal 12.3 is the best. It gives you 2,272.4 silver per energy, whereas Brutal 12.6, which gives you a little bit more XP, gives you 2,216.7 silver per energy. So the difference is not that huge. You still get quite a lot of silver also from Brutal 12.6. And Brutal 12.3 gives actually more silver per energy than Spider stages 1 to 9 or Dragon stages 1 to 15. So campaign, nothing to scoff at when you're farming silver. And you can also buy silver from the various shops in the game. First of all, there's the main shop, where you can buy stuff with real money and with gems, and silver is something that you can buy with gems. You get 3,000 silver per gem that you spend when you buy 4.2 million at a time. So if you were to buy energy instead, then that means 923.08 silver per energy. But if you spend energy, even in just brutal 12-3, you get more than 2,200 silver per energy, which means that buying silver from the shop with gems is just really, really bad, because it's much better to just buy energy and then do something in the game, pretty much anything in the game, and you will get more silver alongside whatever else you get than you buying silver from the shop. Then there's Bazaar, the tag team arena shop. You get 833.33 silver per energy, so the Bazaar silver is actually a really, really bad deal when you think about what you could get instead. However, in the Bazaar, energy is time gated. You can buy energy once a week from the Bazaar, so you may have extra currency. Even after buying the energy, even after buying Dregstar fragments, you might have some extra currency that you just don't have anything to do with, and then you might even end up buying some Bazaar silver, but typically you would try to avoid that. Then there's the clan shop silver, and clan shop silver is actually pretty decent deal because you get 2,222.22 silver per energy. So compared to buying clan shop energy, this is a much better deal than the regular shop or the Bazaar. However, even in the clan shop there are other priorities, most especially energy, and also some of those legendary fragments. But if you have those already covered, then buying silver from the clan shop is actually not bad at all, because you get a much better deal out of that than from Bazaar or with gems. And finally there's Forge, and there's the Nightmare Campaign one-time rewards. So Forge, it's kind of hard to put a value on the items that you forge. You're going to get forge materials, you're going to make something out of those materials at some point, and then you're going to sell it. And you can just decide that, hey, now I really need silver, so you just accelerate your forging to this point, just forge right now, sell all the useless stuff, and you will turn a profit out of that, even no matter how bad you roll, even with the lowest rolls. And then there's the Nightmare Campaign. You don't want to farm silver in the Nightmare Campaign, because farming it in Brutal is more effective. But there are millions of pieces of silver in the Nightmare Campaign as one-time rewards. Starting already from 15 stars, that's 1 million silver. Then there's 1.5 million silver a little bit later, so there's around 10 million silver, maybe a little bit more in the entire Nightmare Campaign. So completing the Nightmare Campaign for the stars, that can actually give you silver, and that's something that I have done a couple of times because I don't usually do much Nightmare Campaign. But then, okay, now I really need some silver. Hey, how's my Nightmare Campaign progress? I can actually grab some stars from there and boom, get a big chunk of silver like that. So those are your main sources of silver in Raid Shadow Legends. So 12-3 Brutal, also 12-6 Brutal, completely fine. Really, really good places. Spider being the best silver farm in the game. And then various other options that you can use to just get a little bit more just when you need it. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.